Well, that leads us very neatly into talking about the sorts of errors that people make when they do their own tax return.
Yeah.
You must have come across some horrific stories, probably some quite funny ones as well, but they can be costly, can't they? Mistakes.
Oh yeah. Actually, Lizzie, we have two types of clients. We have the one in advance, paying us from January to May to do the tax return. And then we have the one asking us to work from September to December. Why is that? It's because these people, they have received the tax bill and they are not happy with it.
Oh.
And these are people trying to do it by themselves. They made a mistake and then they ask us to correct it. So we just finished the second type of client period. So yeah, I can give you many types of mistakes. Actually, I had one yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. Very common mistake. This is a client, American client actually. She went to Paris to work as an impatrié. And there is a very specific scheme, le régime des impatriés. Mm-hmm. This is not easy to manage, absolutely not. Even us, we do struggle because we had to create like a sheet to calculate the number of days, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is not easy. And of course, the calculation was completely wrong. And she had now a very nice letter from the tax office asking her to pay an extra 12,000 euros.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but now we need to fight back, which is annoying. One of the biggest mistakes people do is not asking for the tax credit on the foreign income. This is like the number one. Because actually, a lot of foreign income are not taxable in France or not fully taxable.
Okay.
So you either get a tax credit equal to the amount of the taxes paid in the UK or in the other country, or you can even get a tax credit equal to the amount of the full French taxes.
How would you know?
Well, you have to ask someone like us.
Yes.
But the thing is, some people, a lot of people, they don't want to pay because it's too easy to do, blah, blah, blah. So they do it, okay? Because they're like, yeah, it's easy, I can do it. I've got a cousin that's an accountant, whatever. So they use the right form. Very nice, well done. But they don't add the right form on top of it, the 2047, which I can tell, no problem. Because this form, 2047, is the one managing the tax credit. So you have to think about using it and then use the right cells. Because if you don't, then you don't get the tax credit. This is the mistake number one.
Yeah.
Very costly.
Very costly.
Because you don't get a tax credit.
Yeah.
And then you have to fight back to the tax office and say, hey guys, there's a mistake, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is very long, very annoying, etc., etc.
And by that time, you need professional help anyway, don't you, to sort that out?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for example, we are not tax lawyer. We are tax advisors, okay? Mm-hmm. So when we have clients like this, we always do the first steps. We do it in a nice way. You know, we are sending a very nice email in French. Hello, would you please correct this, blah, blah, blah. But then sometimes they are not very responsive. And then I have to send my tax lawyer. She's not my employee. She's independent. And of course, she would charge extra.
Yeah.
And she's not cheap because she's like specialized, very good. And in the end, the client is probably going to pay more between us and the tax lawyer than what he would have paid us at first.
Yes.
So this is a very bad move.
Yeah.
Another one is about, I think you're gonna talk about that, is the foreign bank account.
Oh, the foreign bank account.
I've had a UK couple a few days ago, very beginning of the year. I was, very disappointed with this situation because a lovely couple, 70 years old, and I had the gentleman on the phone because at some point he really wanted to talk to me. So I said, okay, no problem. He got a very nice 38,000 euros bill for not declaring Malta bank account, pension account. I was like, I could not believe him. I was like, no, it's not possible. It must be a mistake. He sent me the letter. There was 38,000 euros to be paid.
Was that, so just to go over that rule then, every year, if you are an étranger, a foreigner, or non-French?
No.
Or is it French people too?
Everyone has to declare foreign bank account. By foreign,
Right.
I mean non-French.
Non-French.
Even I've got a Revolut bank account, for example. which is not in France,
Yep.
I declare my own Revolut bank account. I declare my crypto account. I declare just like everyone else.
I hadn't realised
It's
it
not.
was also
It's not for
French
the
people.
for the non-French. The
So
rule.
it's just foreign bank accounts.
Yes, absolutely. It's not. It's not French. Not French. We don't care about that. The rule is the same to everyone. It's non-French bank account, crypto account, etc., etc.
So for people who haven't come across that rule, you declare every single year, every single account, any financial account that's out of France then.
Yeah.
But I think what's really stumps a lot of people, and it's very confusing at first, the first time you do it is, it's the date you opened that account,
Yeah.
the account number, the address of the account, and should you close it during that year, the date it closed.
Yeah.
Interestingly, it's not the amount ever. So
Absolutely.
the French tax authorities are not interested in how much is there, just that the account exists.
Yeah.
So I think that the first year I did it, I filled in, it took a long time because when you think, that's going to be easy. It's not easy when it's every single thing, every tiny thing you've forgotten. What do you see, Geraud, as being a solution here, just to be very thorough? And also, if you are resident in France, perhaps to dispense with accounts that you no longer use or need, just in case you overlook them. It's expensive, the fine, isn't it? Per account, per year that you haven't declared
the
it.
fine is 1,500 euros per account per year. And the prescription delay is usually 3 years. But if you forgot to do it, it becomes 6. So each bank account can cost you 9,000 euros.
So
Can you
with
believe
your
that?
clients the other day, is that what had happened to them?
No, it's even different. In this special case, it was like a new case. I found out
Challenge.
because I got many times the 9,000 euros per bank account.
Yep.
I usually manage to reduce a lot the bill, usually by 90% or something. They always end up paying something.
Yeah.
So even though you pay less, you always end up paying something.
Yeah.
And not 50 euros. It's hundreds and thousands of euros.
It's a real punishment.
Yes, it is. And it's not fair because these people are not in bad faith, you know.
Yeah.
So my advice is try to reduce the number of bank accounts. Don't hesitate to add bank accounts you're not sure of.
Right.
Okay? Do not worry if you don't have every single information perfect.
Okay, that's good advice.
The thing is, the point is to prove that you're in a good faith.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the main thing with the French tax office.
Yeah.
You have to prove your good faith. That you did it in a good faith and you thought you were right. And okay, you made a mistake, but at least you tried.
Yeah.
The worst case scenario is not to do anything, because then you cannot prove that you wanted to do it and you wanted to hide something, blah, blah, blah. So don't hesitate to put as much as possible, okay? Even though you opened it in December 2021, it's fine. Even though you put January 23, it's okay. You declare the right bank account, you have the right address, it's okay. Just declare it.
Yeah.
And both on our system and on the Impôt.gouv account, your bank account will be registered, which means that the year after, you won't have to create them again. You can use the same one and say, I want to use the same one as the year before.
Yep.
Okay, so you really do the work once, and then it's much easier.
But if you use the one from the year before, can you alter it? Can you then adjust it because you might have closed an account in between?
Of course. You can use them. You can say, I just want. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can edit. You can delete. No problem. But what I mean is that the big work is once. Okay.
Yes.
So that's fine. It's annoying, but it's a rule. It's a stupid rule, and not complying might be very costly.
Yes.
And there is something very interesting I would like to add, because we had a case for the first time in 2024, and we had it like 5 times in a row in March last year. Trust.
A trust.
Yeah, trust me.
Trust fund. I trust you. It's all
Trust
based on
me.
trust.
Trust me, it's a very bad idea not to declare them. The thing is, no one knows that you're supposed to declare them. Because, of course, welcome to France, we don't do easy stuff. We like to make it complicated. And the trust return is different. It's not on the bank account one, it's another one. It's a very dedicated form.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're supposed to provide a trust one and trust two tax return. Okay? The trust one is like incorporation of trust. Okay? When you create it. Or when you arrive to France, of course. And then trust two, is the trust return you have to send every year. Just to say, okay guys, no change, there was this change. Just, annual return. Why am I insisting on this? It's because the fine are tremendous.
Oh.
Yeah. It's, let's make it simple, but the minimum is 10,000 per year per trust return.
For a trust not declared?
Yeah. And then it can be 20 if it's trust one, because the fine is not the same if it's a trust one or the trust two. And then they can also, if they want, charge you 2.5% of the trust amount. So in the end, I've seen tremendous amount.
Yeah.
Like, and as I say, I never had this case before. Mm-hmm. And I had 5 in a row last year in March. So probably someone in the tax office in Paris was like, okay, let's go, guys. I'm going to attack the trust, guys. So my advice is really, if you have a trust, ask someone to do it, or do it yourself, but do it, because the fine is huge. And the problem is the people in the tax office won't be very nice, because there is this image of you have a trust, you're very wealthy, so you can pay, or you're above the rules, blah, 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 which is absolutely not the case. Mm-hmm. Our clients are regular people, they just arrived to France, they want to live the Parisian chic life, and boom, they receive a 50,000 euros fine. So this is very important, because again, even though you think you don't care about it, if they catch you, the fine is huge, and it's going to be a mess to cancel it.
I think the fact that you use the word catch you actually sums up exactly what people have to bear in mind. It's not personal, it's just the rule.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? Trusts are not welcome.
It's stupid.
And not declaring them is...
The French tax office does not like trust.
No.
Okay? So, that's fine. You have a trust. It's not your fault. It's very good. But yeah, you have to comply the rules. That's the thing. Yeah. It's stupid rules, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
Just like the bank account.
Yes, just like the bank account.
Absolutely.